Hey guys, watch Adrian Shrink here. I am 4 weeks post-op, Fleur tummy tuck, and brachioplasty. So I had a extended tummy tuck on July 8th, 2026 with Dr. Daniel Richardson. I am in Biloxi, Mississippi. Day of surgery, I was 165 pounds. I'm currently about 167. I went to the surgery center on July 8th. Had to be there around 6:30 in the morning. Surgery was at 8 o'clock. I was home by about 2:30 that afternoon. As far as pain and meds, so day of surgery was not too bad. Of course, I still had anesthesia in my system. Day 2, again, not too terribly bad as long as I stayed on top of my meds. Day 3 was pretty rough. Day 4, also pretty rough. Again, I'm currently about 4 weeks, so still very swollen. I'm still in full compression. I've had all of my stitches out, and I did get a little bit of a staph infection in my armpit, so I do have a couple of spots that aren't totally healed. Of course, I'm not totally healed anyway, but they were open for longer, and I had to do amoxicillin and a antibacterial, antifungal type salve that I put in my armpit. So I do have a spot. When I show you the full body, you'll see. I am cleared to put scar cream on. So I'm doing scar cream every day, and those little bottles are expensive. They're $20 a piece, and I've already gone through one. I have one on order through Amazon that should be here Sunday. But just keep that in mind when you're thinking about doing the surgery, all the little extras. I got 4 compression shirts off of Amazon, so that's for my arms. I tried to cut off compression socks and put them on, but it was too painful. And then I tried compression sleeves, and I just couldn't get the sizing right. They were either too loose or too tight. So I went ahead and just bought some cheap compression shirts off of Amazon. I got 4 for $28. I went to Academy to buy one, and it was one for $40. So definitely anything that you can get off of Amazon, it's going to save you a lot of money. I purchased a lift chair from Lazy Boy. I highly recommend that. Your first 2 weeks, you're probably not going to be able to sleep in your bed if you get the tummy tuck with the muscle repair and the fleur-de-lis. Can't sleep on my side still, but I am in my own bed. So I've been in my own bed for about 2 weeks. I'm almost able to lay flat. I'm still laying up a little bit in my shoulder area, but I can almost lay flat. I try getting on my side, and I can do it for a couple of minutes, but then I need to get back on my back. Far as cost is concerned, I would count on a surgery like this running you between $15,000 and $20,000 by the time you've paid for your compression garments, your however you're going to sleep, whether you do the pillows. For me, getting in and out of bed was murder. I tried it a couple of times before the 2 weeks, and it just was a no. Kind of felt like I was ripping my guts out. So that's a little bit about that. I did take pain meds up to about day 5, I believe. I'm still swelling, and if you have done your research on this, you know that swelling lasts anywhere from 6 months to a year. As far as your final results, again, 6 months to a year. I will be in full compression for 3 full months, so I've got 2 months to go. Definitely follow the suggestions of your surgical team. I had a binder, and then I purchased 2 fajas off of Amazon. They were about $40 a piece. I purchased a large and a medium. I also have like some Spanx shorts. Let me see if I can back up without running over my dog. So these are, they do have a little bit of boning in them, kind of around the waist. They come all the way up, almost to just under my breast. But those don't compress as much, so I only wear them at night when I get home from work. Today I'm off, so that's why I'm wearing them. Plus I'm going to put my bikini on so you can see my results. So I know people always want to know how much surgery costs. I live in Mississippi. Things here are a little bit less expensive, so very lucky that the surgery center is right down the street from me, that there is a good board certified surgeon in my area. He does great work, and I'm very pleased so far with where I'm at. My weight really has not changed. 167, like I said. I'm sure everybody already knows this, but it's always mentioned, this is not a weight loss surgery, and don't expect this to help you lose weight. I would definitely recommend getting down to your goal weight or very close to it before having skin removal surgery for your best results, right? You want to look as good as you can. You're spending this kind of money, you want to be sure that you're going to get the results that you are expecting. Also, keep in mind, you're not going to look like Barbie, right? It's hard when you've done all this work to get the weight off, and you want to have this perfect body like we all dreamed of, but the reality is you're going to have scars. You are gonna still have loose skin in other areas. I still have loose skin in my back. My breasts are very, very saggy. They're all the way down to my new belly button. Thighs also very saggy, and my surgeon is so funny because I have a spot. I'll show it to you when I put my bikini on, but I'm calling it my third boob. It's in between my breasts, and it's kind of sticking out about, say, that far. And it's just where he put the skin together from doing the Fleur de Lis. Well, he's saying, you know, when we do your breasts, we can go ahead and do the revision on this spot so that it's not sticking out. If you're familiar with like dog ears, it's basically the same type of deal. I don't want to tell this guy, like, I'm sorry, I'm not planning on having my breasts. Hang on. Okay, hopefully he's quieting down. Neighbors are daring to walk around in the neighborhood. Ollie, stop. But anyway, I don't want to tell my surgeon that I'm really not planning on having my breasts and thighs done. It took me 5 years of working 2 jobs to get the money to come up with this. So not on the radar right now. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future, but I'm 48 years old. I'm pretty content with how my body looks as it is. But maybe in the future I'll want to have a breast lift and a thigh lift. I don't know. I've heard the thigh lift recovery is pretty rough. So as far as recovery for me, really it was better than I thought it would be. And also I went through a little bit of, I guess, buyer's remorse. Like I said, day 3 and 4 are rough, and I think everybody says that. You know, you're achy, you're hurting, it's hard to get up and down. I highly recommend the lift chair. I got mine at Lazy Boy. It's a lifesaver, especially if you're an independent person and you don't want to be dependent on others all the time. So I'm a person, I drink a lot of water, I stay hydrated, and I have to get up and go to the bathroom at least once a night. If I didn't have that lift chair, I would have to wake somebody up in the middle of the night and have them help me get to the bathroom. The first few days, you need help. I'm not gonna lie, you are going to need help. I was very lucky in that I was able to still wipe myself even though my arms were very sore, so I didn't have to have help for that, and I was scared that I would. I did not have any of the constipation, but again, I keep myself very hydrated. So if you're not a person who gets water in easily, definitely consider taking the Colace or the Miralax or whatever when you're on those pain meds, because you do not want to be constipated. Those muscles, after the muscle repair, are very, very sore. So coughing, laughing, sneezing are absolute murder. Still, I'm 4 weeks out, and coughing and sneezing are still very painful. I can laugh now, not a deep, hard belly laugh, but I can do a regular laugh and I feel okay. But coughing and sneezing, I'm telling you, you are praying every day that you don't have to cough or sneeze, because it's very painful. I mean, you're just very sore. So just keep that in mind. Keep a pillow on your belly when you need to cough or sneeze, and you will find a way to make it as minimal as possible. I tell you what, because it's bad. So the other things that you want to keep in mind, you're going to have somebody that can help you. So somebody who is physically able to help you get up and down, get to the bathroom, get out of bed. If you don't have a recliner that you're going to be sleeping in, getting in and out of bed, you are going to need some serious help with. Getting up and down off the couch. Again, if you don't have a lift chair or a recliner, you're going to need some assistance. Probably for me, it was about the first week that I needed assistance with getting up and down, maybe even into the second week. You're definitely going to want to take at least 2 weeks off of work. Keep that in mind as well. I am fairly new at my job. I've only been there for, well, it'll be a year this month. So taking off 2 weeks, and I have a new boss, it was kind of, I felt guilty about it, I will say, but I could have used a third week off. That first day back at work, not only was it rough, but I tried to do too much. I tried to do what I normally do in a normal work day, and I was not ready for that. So when I came home that night, I was in bad shape. And I've had a couple of days where I come home, I have done too much at work, and I'm not physically capable of doing much else when I get home. When you do a lot, when you push yourself a little bit, you swell up. I made the mistake the other night. My compression was really hurting me because I was swelling because I had done too much at work. I took my compression off and I swelled up to about the size of a basketball. It looked like I was 9 months pregnant. And then I had to struggle and get my compression back on so that I wouldn't swell anymore. So that was a big mistake. Don't take it off, just suffer. The other things, I'm not cleared to go swimming. That's 3 months after surgery. I'm not cleared yet for any kind of cardio other than walking, no weightlifting, still keeping it under 5 pounds, which I don't do. I'm going to be honest. I'm lifting probably about 10 to 15 pounds, but if it's uncomfortable, I don't do it. So listen to your body. It's one of those things where 5 pounds is my purse weighs more than 5 pounds. So, if I feel my incision stretching, like reaching about here is as much as I can reach without it being uncomfortable. Getting up and down out of my bed can be a little uncomfortable if I'm not mindful that I just had surgery a month ago. So if you forget for a moment, because you're feeling pretty good, that you just had surgery and you do something, you'll feel that stretch. At first, it feels like you're ripping your stitches out. Once you get your stitches out, it feels like your guts are about to fall out. So when you have that feeling, slow down, take care of yourself, because, you know, we all want to do everything all the time, but you're healing. So you need to give yourself a little grace and give yourself time to heal. So with that being said, I'm going to run and change into my bikini so you can see what I look like 4 weeks post-op. All right, so here I am. I'm going to lower this so you can kind of see the bod. All right, we'll start here. Let me get my hair out of the way. Oh, you probably don't want to see that. This is the third boob I was talking about. So this right here, it sticks out probably, I would say about an inch or so, but again, it's under my clothing. It really doesn't bother me. So as far as my incision, it starts here and runs all the way down. I'll show you the rest in a minute. But that's the Fleur de lis. So what they do is they cut, if you're familiar with the New Orleans Saints, so it's like this, and then you're going to be like that around the hips. So this is my arm. This is the incision into the armpits. And it does look a little puckery. That does go away. Don't be too concerned. You'll see how far down this goes. It's past my elbow. On the right hand, same thing. So this is one of the spots that got a little bit infected, and then these two, and then this one was the worst one. They were, I don't want to say horribly painful, but they were pretty painful. And then down to here. So as you can see, that is a pretty significant scar. So if that's something that's going to bother you, keep that in mind. So as far as how it looks from behind, move my hair so that you can see. With my arms down, you're really not going to be able to see any of the scarring. All right, so I'm going to lower this again so that you can see my belly. Okay, so this is my belly button. This is still my original belly button, but they cut around it and they pull your skin down. And so when that happens, any marks or stretch marks that you had up here, they move down. So they kind of migrate. It's a weird experience. Same kind of with your armpits and your lady parts. Your hair that you may have shaved or whatever is going to be in a different spot. So without being inappropriate, this comes right down to here. The extended goes all the way to here. And the extended goes all the way to here on this side. Now, as you can see, my stomach is a little distended right now. This is swelling. I mean, I don't even know how to describe it to you. You're like hard as a rock. It is insane. But that is what I'm looking like 4 weeks post-op. If you wanted to see my thighs, yes, they still are jiggly, and I would benefit from a thigh lift. But guys, if you have seen my before video with how huge my arms were what I wanted done more than anything. My stomach did not really bother me, and kind of funnily enough, I kind of miss being able to flip it up and down. Totally dorky moment. I definitely wanted it gone for hygiene purposes and just so I could actually wear my size. I have not tested out sizes yet as far as pants and things go. I tried on a pair of medium pajamas. Those fit fine, and a medium dress. And these were some things that my family bought me for my birthday, and it's just stuff that came from Sam's, so they were like Members Mark brand. I don't know who manufactures Members Mark for Sam, but the mediums fit fine. I was able to get my arms in them, which before I could get my arms in a large, but oftentimes even a large was too big, and my sleeves would get stuck right about here, and then all of that fat and wrinkly loose skin would hang out, which was very embarrassing for me. It was mentally, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to pretend like I struggle with mental health issues. I do not. I'm generally a very happy person, but it was very discouraging. It made me very unhappy. I had adults make comments about my loose skin, about my arms. Thought we were past the bullying, but we're not. But grown people make some pretty nasty comments about my loose skin. I'm grown. I can handle nasty comments about my loose skin, but I was very self-conscious, and I am so happy to have it gone. I mean, my arms look so much better. Now, this is loose, and it's always going to be loose. I'm not going to have scars run all the way down my arm. you know, I used to be 325 pounds. I'm not going to have a perfect body, and I'm okay with my scars. I'm not disappointed. I think my surgeon did wonders. I am very thrilled with my results. I would 100% do it again. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I will answer them as I receive them. I will probably do another update video maybe in 2 months. That would be 3 months post-op, but if anything changes, I will update you. But I just wanted to kind of give you an update on where I'm at 1 month post-op, and I'm very thrilled with my results. So you guys let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next one.